and 10 Gate City as the clock stops at 1:21 as he was knocked out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and 10 as Sally goes back under center. Mack to this side as they bring Levi Roten to the near side as well. 2 running backs in the backfield. Let's see if we hand the ball off again. Yes, straight ahead. And that's going to be Roten, gets the ball to about the 47-yard line. Oh, excuse me, Reed. I apologize. Reed carries the ball to the 47-yard line. 1:14 to go. Guys, would you all start using your timeouts, or would you just kind of...
We got a little bit of momentum right now. I'd be afraid to kill that timeout and give Battle a chance to set their defense. Got them on the ropes. I said let's keep them on the ropes.
1 minute to go. 2nd and 7. As again, we're in the wishbone. That's going to be Sally back to pass. He's going to use that same deep pass down to Mack, and Mack is going to catch it. No, it's knocked out of his hands, but there's a marker on the play. There was pushing from Mack and the defender. I'm anxious to see what they call right here, because
you could about call that one either way. Both the defender and the receiver were pushing off on each other. I guess it depends on the referee's mood.
Zane Poe was defending right there as he was looking to. Yes, he was holding. He was holding, and Mack just got a little agitated there right at the end and kind of pushed off, but. The deed was already done.
He had to call something, so that's what they went with, was a hold. So
the hold was before the push-off. So, again, Joe, you and Chris were talking about they're going to move it back again. Let's see. What?
It's offsetting?
No. Just moving it 3 yards.
I've never seen the 8-yard holding call, but I guess I have tonight. It's just
on a 35-yard pass.
So
look at it this way: it's as good as an 8-yard run.
Yes, I guess.
So we got 49 seconds to go. 40 at the 45-yard line. Sally under center. Sally pitches the ball to Reed. Reed looking to the halfback pass, and that ball is going to fall about 5 yards short, harmlessly to the ground. Great idea. No one would have thought of Reed to throw that ball, but he just wasn't able to set his feet, and he couldn't get enough on the ball. Mack was down about the 15, and the ball landed at about the 24. So it was worth a shot right there. Clock stops with 42 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the Trojans' 45, 46-yard line.
But again, we've got some speed with Roten and with Hicks and some guys. You know, we don't need the big chunk. Let's go 5 and 10 yard outs and see what we can do with them.
Still 2 timeouts to the left. This time it's going to be Reed. Reed's going to get the ball, and he's going to get stopped at about the 44-yard line as the clock continues to run.
But
Gate
now
City
would be
calls
a good
their
time.
second timeout. So with 31 seconds to go.
Timeout, Gate City.
Folks, if you're keeping track of the Musket Bowl going on down Jonesboro, Crockett scored first. They lead 7-0 over Boone. Cocke County's up over Morristown East 16-7. And over in Virginia, Lehigh, Wise Central, back and forth right now. Lehigh 14, Wise Central 13.
Good ball game going on in Lee County. That's, again, good to see why, we talked about it in the pregame. Thought Wise Central had a close one in them to be able to push them. Again, you're talking about a young team. They only had, this John Battle team had 4 starters back. Same thing for Wise Central as well. So, and we'll see them next week at Wise Central to conclude the regular season.
Eastside has scored to pull within 7. They trail Chilhowie 14-7 right now. Pikeville, you called it, Joe, all over Grundy, 33-0 right now.
Well, that's about as close as it's going to be.
See what formation we come out in as the timeout is.
It's Levi Roten time. It's Levi Roten time.
Two running backs in the backfield, wing wishbone formation, 2 wide receivers to this side, 1 to the far side. Sally's looking. Sally's running out of time, and he's going to have to throw it away. He was out of the tackle box. Nobody there! As the coaches are saying upstairs, there was nobody there.
I believe John Battle's coaching staff needs some kind of an Academy Award for the most animated staff we've faced this season.
Last week was at Lehigh. We would have she would be in the nominations as
yes.
as Gate City comes out to punt. It's 4th down.
I think we waited a little too long for that pass. As you said before, sometimes, Joe, we wait too long to let the formations run. If we had a few openings right there,
Early,
and but if you talk about the quarterback having a clock of 3 seconds in their head, before the linemen will get in on them, and Sally probably had about 7 seconds to look downfield, and he wasn't able to find any.
We talked about Levi Roten. Of course, they were running a cross pattern. Of course, the two receivers on this side crossed. They were going deep. Roten was open for probably about a good full second, but again, Sally wasn't able to plant that back foot and throw it. And again, folks, we're just a few seconds away from the Campus Drive-In halftime show. Again, scores and highlights from around the region, as well as a recap here of this Gate City-John Battle game. Chris, do we have a couple things brewing? Looks like over the Musket Bowl as well.
We do. Boone has responded to the to the Crockett touchdown. I'm sorry, they're tied up 7-7. Sullivan South, somewhat of a surprising 7-0 lead on Elizabethton. They struck first. Elizabethton has the ball. At the end of one, Johnson County and Cloudland are tied at 0.
Yeah, I thought Elizabethton would come out flat. After that, they had their shots against Greenville. 13 penalties by the Green Devils. But again, Elizabethton at South tonight.
John Battle was expecting the fake right there. They had no one back, and it's going to trickle just barely into the end zone, just by about 2 yards.
Joe, a game that I'm sorry, Rob, didn't mean to interrupt you. A game we've kind of got eyes on right now. Wise Central has scored. They've taken a 20-14 lead over Lehigh with 3:38 to go before halftime.
They're due. They are due. Again, that is a speed against Lehigh. Thought might give them, create them some problems, and it is tonight. Again, senior night. See what happens. Looks like Greenville has scored again.
Yeah, they're up 21-0 now in Granger. First quarter, 3 minutes to go. So
Cade Ballard threw that one from his knees, probably from about the 20 across the field, and scored again. So.
All right, John Battle comes back out there. Let's see if they have nobody in the backfield. They've got 2 wide receivers to this side, and they're going to throw the ball. They're going to pump fake it, and he's going to get sacked. He shouldn't have pumped it. He should have thrown it, and that's probably going to end the first quarter. But first half, great way to end the first half is Gate City sacks the quarterback for a loss of 10 on that play. They got the ball at the 20-yard line. He was sacked all the way back to the 10-yard line. He wanted to do a pump and go, and the pump was there, but not the go. So at the end of the first half, we'll take a break. Gate City leads 14-3 as the coaching staffs come down to go over to their locker room. I'm anxious to hear what the coaches say. So again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Radio, Sports Radio.
For exceptional Mexican food and the perfect place to stop in before heading out to watch another Gate City victory, La Carreta Express in Weber City offers a tremendous menu of authentic Mexican cuisine at a great price. La Carreta proudly supports Blue Devil Sports, and they're open 7 days a week, even until 10 p.m. every night except Sunday. So dine in with them today or give them a call at 276-386-7000 for call-in orders. Again, that's 276-386-7000. And they're located next to Weber City Drug on U.S. Highway 23 in Weber City.
Whether you're headed out to the game or if you're just looking for something great to eat, stop by and see the outstanding folks at the Campus Drive-In on Kane Street in Gate City. Campus Drive-In supporting Gate City Athletics for over 60 years, and they have a tremendous selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and they're open 7 days a week. Also go in and ask about their new ice cream machine as well. So give them a call for call-in orders at 276-386-3702. Again, that's 276-386-3702.
Family owned for 3 generations, Broadwater Trading Company proudly supports Gate City High School and wishes the Blue Devils the best for a great upcoming season. Broadwater Trading Company is your local steel dealer, and they've got chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, outdoor power equipment, and much, much more, including farm equipment and supplies. So go by and see them today at 297 West Water Street, or give them a call at 386-6811. Again, that's 386-6811. Again, Broadwater Trading Company, proudly supporting Gate City Athletics.
We will rock you.
And we're back here for the Campus Drive-In Halftime Show, live from Gate City High School. Again, halftime score, Gate City jumped out, scored 14 quick points within the first 75 seconds of the game. Of course, it's been a back-and-forth battle since then. John Battle did connect with a 32-yard field goal in the second quarter. And again, we've got a 14-3 football game here on the Campus Drive-In Halftime Show on Senior Night for Gate City.
It is Senior Night, and a great, we're going to have an extended Senior Night just to let all of our listeners know, because we're getting ready to have the band honored their seniors tonight. So they'll be playing, and we'll have an extended Senior Night tonight. So again, as Joe says, it's 14-3. We'll get with Chris and Joe just right now and turn it over to them as we go around the area, both Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, for the campus halftime report.
Rob will be leaving, going to the Campus Drive-In, just down on Kane Street, just 200 yards away from us. Again, he'll be getting, maybe some rice pilaf as well as a hamburger, and we'll see you in the second half. So
Bring me back a bacon cheeseburger, Rob.
again, we've got lots of things here planned for the halftime show. Again, do appreciate everybody that does listen in every week. So, Mr. Carr, take us around Northeast Tennessee. What's going on with the big ball games, the little ball games, the ball games in between, and all around?
Well, there's not a whole lot going on action-wise compared to Southwest Virginia. Right now, Union County, no big surprise, I guess. They're up 7-0 on Sullivan Central. Boone and Crockett are now tied at 7 going into the second quarter. Sullivan South still holds that 7-0 lead on Elizabethton. I'm not quite sure what's going on out in Pactalis.
Well, again, down in Death Valley, of course, like I said, South is going to play inspired. Luke Pollock can create some mismatches and some problems. However, you talk about Elizabethton. They felt like, and in talking to them this week, they felt like they really had a shot to beat Greenville. 13 Green Devil penalties set Elizabethton up all night long, but of course a few turnovers was their undoing.
They never really had a shot to beat Greenville.
Well, in their minds they did.
In their minds, maybe.
In their
I don't
minds.
see anybody touching Greenville this year.
But again, Elizabethton, of course, I think that's why they're flat. And in a way, so.
Let's move on down. Johnson County and Cloudland still tied 0-0. West Green and Happy Valley are tied at 7-7. At the end of one, Science Hill and Jefferson County are knotted up at 0.
Nice. Of course,
kind
like I
of a
said,
surprise.
Jeff County plays them so well. We talked about the last year. Of course, Science Hill was rolling, and of course, Jeff County upset them. Talk about that Johnson County Cloudland game. We talked about, if you saw the picks on you saw that we talked about that Johnson County is probably the best football team nobody is talking about. One of the best defenses. Cloudland has a great defense as well, coming out of the 1A rank. So, again, that ball game knotted at 0.
Johnson County is always solid.
Always.
Since they did the redistricting, kind of leveled the playing field a little bit, they have become a factor in East Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm glad that they've done that, especially in Tennessee, because we talked about some of the mismatches throughout the years. You had a Sullivan East going to Dobbin Spinach. You had Sullivan North, playing some of these teams that they really, no offense to them, but they just didn't have any business playing. So it's good to see, like I said, after the redistricting, some of these teams, being able to have some success and move forward.
Well, we've not had a report yet on the Dobbins-Bennett Morristown West game. I don't know if that's good or bad or indifferent, but no score yet to report on that either way. Cocke County's up 16-7 over Morristown East. Greenville taking care of business. I really wasn't expecting them to put out a whole lot. They're up 21-0 on Granger. I think they'll do just enough to win.
Yeah, they know now that where they're going to be at. The playoffs, of course, the realization that they're going to go undefeated through the season, through the regular season, and it's going to be, like I said, Green Devils. Do they repeat?
It would not surprise me.
You take a look at the state, and it's great to have some local teams that on the other end of the state, they're thinking about, okay, we've got to get through Greenville. That's so many times our teams in Northeast Tennessee think, well, we've got to get through the Knoxville, the Nashvilles, the Memphis teams. Now we've got some on the other end of the state thinking they've got to get through one of our teams.
Well, the last time I was here with you all on the broadcast a couple weeks ago, we were talking about how high school success is built at the elementary and middle school levels. And I've coached against Greenville in middle school several years, and they are always solid, and that's where it begins. They're following the exact program we were talking about. Their Pop Warner teams are running the same formations they run in high school.